All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are talking about the Seattle Seahawks in today's video. And the reason we're doing so is because I was reading a book about Key West, about Ernest Hemingway actually living in Key West. And it included a quote from this book, The Old Man in the Sea. It's actually a really good book. You should check it out. Hemingway biasly is one of my favorite authors. But there's a quote in that book where the main character says, "A man can be destroyed but not defeated." And so essentially what that comes down to is the true victory is in the struggle, the endurance itself, and it's not in the outcome. And when I watched the Seahawks lose to the Rams, I was a little too caught up. I posted a video and it was a clickbait title and it said Sam Darnold just saw goats, because Darnold threw 4 interceptions and the Seahawks barely lost, what was it, 2 points on the road to the Los Angeles Rams, 2-7-2 teams. This could be for the NFC West. This could be for a home playoff game. This has huge implications. Sam Darnold gets a really bad rap in these big-time games. Darnold against the Rams in the last year and a half has been absolutely horrible. But when I watched it back and I watched those 4 interceptions, I had a much different view of it. First off, obviously, with the quote, I liked that Darnold, he was never like head down. He was never, it didn't seem like he was too rattled. Like, all right, it happened. Let's move on. I'll be better. Next drive. And, just to get a little bit more technical with all the interceptions, like the first one to Elijah Arroyo, I didn't really like the route he took. I don't think Greg Olsen liked the route he took either. A lot of these were just not wanting to take sacks, not wanting to have those negative plays. And like at least 2 of them were with big bodies in them. He's getting hit as he's throwing. The ball comes off softer. But yeah, there were 2 where he didn't see the defender because he's scrambling around trying to not take a sack. And I liked his demeanor. I liked his body language. And obviously with the 2-point loss, you just went 1 of 4 in the red zone. You just had 4 interceptions. You're on the road against a divisional opponent. You lost by only 2 points. And you had an opportunity to win it. Now, granted, Jason Myers had to nail a 61-yard field goal. And that ended up not happening, obviously. But with everything that happened in that football game, it is a pretty damn good, decent outcome. And so I was watching Colin Cowherd today, which, by the way, hit that like button, hit that sub button if you guys haven't already. I don't post too many videos like this. Usually when I do, it's something negative. And people don't watch it, even though people love negative stuff. So if you hit the like button, hype it, sub, do whatever you got to do, comment. I appreciate it greatly. I really do appreciate all my Seahawks fans watching these videos. But I was watching Colin Cowherd earlier today, and I'm a Notre Dame football fan. I don't think there's anything behind me that would showcase that, but I'm a Notre Dame football fan. I was born and raised in the Chicagoland area, and that was my college football team because my dad growing up. And in week 1, they lost to Miami, Florida. All right, and then they lost to A&M in week 2, and they've won every game since. So they're like 8-2, 9-2, whatever college football's record are. And they're in the college football poll at number 9. In Miami, even though they beat Notre Dame in week 1, they're 13th. So Miami, Florida fans, which I actually have a little emblem right here for them, they're pissed. And what Colin Cowherd was saying on his show today is head-to-head does not matter. It doesn't matter like you think it matters. In fact, the Miami Hurricanes have lost like 2 unranked games, really bad losses. And if you were to ask right now, who's the better team, Notre Dame or Miami, you're going to say Notre Dame. So my point just is this. If the Rams were to lose their next 2 football games and the Seahawks were to win their next 2, or the Rams go on a 4-game losing streak and the Seahawks go on a 4-game winning streak, who's the better team? It's still the Seattle Seahawks, even though they technically lost to the Los Angeles Rams. Now, you guys will be playing them at home Thursday Night Football in Week 16. But my point is, especially as like, I don't know, I'm a little bit more emotional. I like watching football. I love watching football, and instant reactions or rapid reaction videos, it's just pure passion. right? And I was upset that the Seahawks lost that football game. But when I went back and watched it, you're reading articles, you're watching stuff on TV. It's really not the end of the world. Granted, Chris Shula, the defensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams, he's got Darnold's number right now. You go back to last year. I've said this 38,000 times on this channel. Darnold threw 2 interceptions in the wild card loss to the Rams last season. He got sacked 9 times. I mean, he got sacked 9 times. So there's context within these certain things. But the only two flaws I have with this Seahawks team right now is because I actually have some stats. Sam Darnold entered week 11 on a complete tear. 13 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, averaged 7.4 yards per attempt in his previous 3 games. He was averaging 270 passing yards per game. You held him to 130 passing yards, 4.6 yards per attempt, a 53.6% completion percent, season lows all across the board. He did have that touchdown to Devontae Adams early on, and then in the end to Colby Parkinson, who's actually been on my golf podcast, which is funny. But anyways, and he's a former Seahawk. Stafford had 9 dropbacks on 3rd and 4th down. He completed just 3 passes, moved the chains once on a 10-yard pass to Puka Nacua in the first quarter. So you look at this Seahawks team, the defense is world class. You're 6th in scoring, you're 6th in rushing defense, you're 9th in takeaways per game, you're 4th in sacks. The Seahawks defense, like even that Bucks loss, what was it, like 38-35? You were missing a whole multitude of different players. So the other loss was week 1. I think, yeah, San Francisco week 1, but it's week 1, new team, or not new coach, but new coordinator, new quarterback. I don't know. Week 1's kind of a wash if you ask me. So I think the Seahawks are perfectly fine. If you were to play the Rams in the playoffs, first off, I'm a Packers fan. If I were to be a Rams fan, so let's just say my Packers beat you Seahawks. I hate playing the Seahawks because I got bad memories, especially from Golden Tate, NFC Championship. What was it, 2015, 2014, Brandon Bostic. Oh, my God. Russell Wilson. Really, really bad times here for a Packers fan. But my point is, if the Packers, let's say we were the ones who beat you yesterday or on Sunday, and let's just say for just the argument's sake, the Packers beat the Vikings in the playoffs as opposed to the Rams, and Darnold threw 2 interceptions and 9 sacks. My point, none of that honestly even makes sense. My point just is, if I was a Packers fan and the Packers just beat the Seahawks last week and we went into the playoffs, let's say we're even in your division and we beat you week 16 Thursday Night Football in your house in Seattle, I'm going into the playoffs as a fan being worried because my team just beat you twice. It was only a matter of time. So you look at that game, Darnold's got to hit the dirt. That ball's got to hit the dirt a little bit more often. You got to take a sack if you have to take a sack. You don't want an interception. A sack is always better than an interception. At the same time, interceptions, they are a quarterback stat, but it's not the end of the world. Now, 4 is not ideal. I say this in every goddamn Seahawks video we've ever made. Please run the ball more. Like, please run the ball more. I know you're missing like a good right guard. I tweeted out that the Seahawks are at least one. You're a right guard away. Gray Zabel's been such a beast this season. We've seen some health from the left tackle and right tackle. I would like to see more running. The only 2 flaws you can have with the Seahawks team is turnovers from Sam Darnold in the offense and the running attack. And the running attack's technically above average. You're 14th in rushing yards per game at 116.4. But a loss is a loss. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And even though Darnold threw 4 interceptions, he had 2 really nice drives. He had a couple of nice drives in that 4th quarter after his 4th pick to put your team at least in an opportunity to claw your way back into that football game. And obviously we had the Jason Myers 61-yard field goal attempt. You want that to be way closer. You don't even want that situation to happen. But it's one bad loss. If Darnold throws 4 interceptions on Sunday against the Tennessee Titans, we can have a conversation. But I do think it's fine. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like I said, we don't make videos like this ever. So a like, comment, hype, anything is greatly appreciated. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this week has been all right for you guys. You're 7-3 still, one of the best teams in the NFL and the NFC in general. So Yeah, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your night. Let me know your comments down below. We'll see you soon. Peace. I just bit my tongue.